See the before takeoff, after landing and before takeoff checklist, and then I'll let you have.
After landing, flaps are up.
Okay, so we did that.
Make sure lean for traffic.
So that was pretty aggressive, but we, anything you have to do to get to a runway, if it seems reasonable, is a good idea, because you could get killed landing in a farm field, right?
Correct.
You don't know what's out there, fences and barbed wire, cows.
Throttle's at 1,000, carb heat is off.
Carb heat's off.
Landing taxi lights were good.
Yep.
Trim wheel set.
This all looks good to me. Just make sure our before takeoff is
that
good.
Right there.
And you are the only person at the Flying W tonight, so whenever you're ready.
All right, before takeoff flaps, make sure carb heat off. Lights as required, trim checked, fuel valves on both. Heading indicator, let's recheck that because it's off. 3. That was way off, huh?
Yeah, when you, I don't have a track because we're not moving, sorry, but that should be pretty close because that's 1.9 and that looks pretty good. That's 1.
Transponders at 1200 at our time. And
BR is 55 and climb out is 7.6.
So BY is best.
Best rate.
Best rate, and the other one's best angle.
Yeah, have you done a short field departure in this plane?
Yes.
Okay, well, I was going to say, you'd have some more excitement to keep everybody awake, but do that some other time.
Flying W traffic, Skyhawk 62862, departing runway 1, closed traffic.
Yeah, so best glide is a little bit uncomfortable. It's close to your slow flight speed that you've been doing, and that's probably one of the reasons we learned how to do that, so you're not uncomfortable at 65.
All right, full power.
Full power.
Your speed's alive. 50, 55, rotate.
And just keep an eye on the trees. There you go, just hold that right there.
Hit the brakes.
Nice and easy. Yeah, you gotta be careful you don't hit the brakes and then use the rudder to go into the trees.
Correct, right?
So watch your airspeed, because, yeah, that's a little bit pitched up too much. Okay, it's starting to get darker. You can see that. Like, if you were wearing sunglasses, this would be probably dangerous right now. Not probably, definitely. At least for me, I know you can see colors in the dark. I can't.
I can see deer.
You can see balloons landing in the cornfield in the dark where I can't. And deer, yeah.
All right, I'm turning crosswind here.
Yeah, I forgot too. My memory to myself was I was going to keep my iPad turned down much lower because that was ruining my night vision. So that's now fixed.
At about 90?
It's about 5 to 10 more degrees. So there's two, yeah, actually, you're not too bad. Those two silos, if you're anywhere parallel to those two silos, you're good. So I really can't complain about this. About 5 degrees off, but you're fine. So you should be able to tell you're coming up on 1,000 now and just get ready for that transition to straight and level. In this case, it's going to be a turning level to 1,000. There you go. And we're still climbing at 400 feet per minute, so just first thing you can do to, yeah, just get the nose down a hair and set the power at 18 and you'll fly the whole pattern perfectly. There's no reason you can't slow up back here unless there's somebody behind you that's going to start, you know, riding up your tail there, which we don't have that in this case. We did when we were two patterns back.
Want to put carb heat on?
Yep.
And put the first flip.
Yep, you're in the white arc.
Yep.
And just be careful because we're heading to see where you're going to intersect the magenta line, and we're not going to have any base left. So
okay.
We want to be pointing out that way. It's it's gonna make, that's good. That's good. That was perfect. There you go. You're parallel to the runway right now. This is perfect. I like this distance. This seems like a nice pattern. As you get better and better at this, you might make it a little closer, but I wouldn't get too crazy. This feels pretty good to me. This is probably how I would fly my own plane right here. Nice. This is good. What's our airspeed, about 70?
Just 68.
So one of the problems right now is we have a little too little power in. So maybe back to 17 and a half or 18. And
Flaps?
Like we're traffic about 4 miles
yeah, but
north of the field,
we need
inbound at
somehow
4,000 feet.
I think that might have been for us. I can't tell. That woman sounds like someone who flies here, but I don't see her, so.
Sound like Lakewood.
Yeah, I don't see anybody here. So just make sure we're descending, which we're not. We're still at 925 feet, and we're way out here. So go ahead and turn base. And flying W traffic 62862, right base 1. You can get, after you get the turn completed, you can add another notch of flaps, and then you can make a decision. Watch your ball. You can make a decision what we need in terms of. This is a nice base here. I wouldn't get too much more turn. There you go.
More flaps?
Yeah, we're just missing some power right now. We need to be about 17 or 18. And go ahead and put the nose down so we're still descending and keep that power setting.
Major traffic at 172 and northwest of the field. This is going to be on string 45 for left downwind runway.
And you can go ahead and turn final whenever you're ready, and then we'll put the last notch of flaps in. We have probably like a 2-mile final here, mile and a half. There you go. You're just a tad high, and you can fix that by putting the nose down.
What direction, sir?
There you go. There you go. There's the red light, I think, or pretty close to it now. So our runway lights aren't on, so why don't you turn those on?
We're giving way. We're going to do a left 360 north of the field.
You're going to land in the ramp area, so we need to get back over the runway, right? There you go.
Roger, we got it. Thank you so much.
And just keep an eye on your airspeed. You can add those flaps now, so I'm kind of loading you up and doing this, not doing the stuff I normally do. You can turn the lights on, put the flaps in, our carb heat's on, our mixture's full rich, fuel's on both. So we're ready for a touch and go if we decide to do that. We want to keep an eye out for deer.
Correct.
This is perfect. You're this much too high, but guess what? There's trees here and it's night, so don't increase your descent rate. You had it. I don't want you to do anything. This is where you want to be. You want to be 30 feet, 40 feet high right now, because see that tree right there? At night, you put your wheels in there. It'll be a big surprise. Okay, now you can start putting the nose down and descend into the runway environment. There you go. Now, nose up, not too much, not too much. All right, let's just hold it right here and we'll land. And let's get the flaps up. You see any deer up there?
Nothing.
Okay, full power. So that was pretty good, man. I have to say, let's talk about that after we get off the ground. Carb heat's off, and there we're flying again. You got the plane ready? Just put the nose down a hair. Flying W traffic, Skyhawk, 62862, touch and go, airborne, runway 1, close traffic, flying W. Okay, that was actually, you know, once you corrected to the center line of the runway, you had it, we pulled up. So I'm going to stay on the controls with you. I want you to feel when I start to apply the back pressure next time. I'll probably...
I got to get that sight picture in good too, because I don't know when to start transitioning to level flight.
Yeah, so...
flare it a little, you know?
Yeah, so we're just gonna find out where the... We'll do one together. Because you're really close. I mean, I was a little concerned that you... Watch your ball. We're just a little bit too steep. Let's put our nose down there because we don't want to... There we go. Yeah, when this thing starts feeling like we're pitched up that high and we're slowing down, that's not where you want to be over these wires. Okay, this looks good though. Now we got nice airspeed at 78. We're climbing at 600 feet per minute. That's perfect. We got plenty of time. You're nice and square to the runway.
Turning left face runway 6 liquid.
So it's getting darker again.
Yeah.
And by the time we're done, it'll look like it's night, even though it won't be legally night. So good. So you got the power back at 1,000. Now just push the nose down to arrest the climb. Perfect. Yeah, so we're gonna get our, we'll get a notch of flaps in at the kind of the end of our downwind. We'll do one on base, and we'll do one on final, just kind of by the book this time. And when we get down to the runway environment, I want to get this thing all set up so that you're pitched properly. We're just a hair above the glide path, so we are well out of the trees. And at night here, I think it's a good idea to be just a hair high, because on both ends of the runway, the glide path, happy lights will take you too close to the obstruction.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you're going to hit anything, but there's no margin of error in either case.
All right, carby's on, first notch of flaps is in already.
Yep. And your power's set at 17, so 18 would make me more comfortable, especially at night, but you can see what happens with 17 if you want. There's the sunset.
There's 18.
Can't believe it's Friday already, man.
All right.
That was a crazy week. Okay, let's go out just a hair, because we're a little close to the horse track, and we're in a pretty serious angle into the. There you go. That's good right there. Perfect. We're in a pretty tight pattern, but we don't want to start turning out anymore.